Hey everyone, it's the TheAngryHoneyBadger, and it's time to take a look at another champion build video. Today I am playing as Kayle. Kayle was actually the very first build I made back when I started doing YouTube stuff. So, gonna revisit this. Things have changed quite a bit for her items because of the old build and kind of the items that I used for her. So, I started playing her again, and I'm playing her mid lane this game, which is where I played her last time too. You'll mostly see her as a support in the bottom lane, or you will see her in the top lane. I do play her up there top. This game I just happened to get mid. There's not too much of a difference. You gotta be a little bit more careful about your ganks. And speak of the devil, getting ganked. But, you know, there's a little bit different ways on how people play Kayle. Bruiser Kayle, support Kayle. I like attack speed hybrid Kayle. That's just the style of Kayle I like to play. There's lots of different ways you can play her, but I like attack speed hybrid. It seems to work out for me the best. At level 1, I did boots and pots. I've already burnt through my pots for the most part, but I'm going to address that in a little bit. Going to get into a little fight. Riven's going to come out and gank here. I'm going to use my Q ability, which is my Reckoning, to slow him down, and then I'm going to activate my Righteous Fury, which is what gives me my ranged attack, and pick up a kill on the Gragas. So that's going to help me out quite a bit early on. I'm going to be able to go back to base now, and buy items that are going to help me out in lane. Now, the first thing I like to do with Kayle is get both of her attack speed taken care of, or some of her attack speed taken care of, and get her boots finished off. So I have the speed to be able to slow them with my Reckoning and catch up to them faster, so I can use my Righteous Fury a lot better and get off more hits with that. Because when you do use her Q ability, which is her Reckoning, I mean, what that does is it's going to damage the enemy. It's going to slow them for 4 seconds, and you're going to deal more damage based on a percentage depending on what rank you have it at. It also has really good stacking damage on it when you just hit them with it. It does 100% of your ability power, and then you get 1 damage for every additional attack damage you have as well. So it does quite a bit of damage because it's got high ratios on it. So it's good to max out first. I typically jump between Reckoning and Righteous Fury, between both of those. I kind of level them up evenly because they're both very helpful for attack speed, Kayle. So that's what I do with those. As for your W, which is your Divine Blessing, that is what grants you move speed and heals you. I usually max that last, but I will put a couple points into it if I am getting kind of pushed around. I need extra heals, so it's a good thing to consider doing if you're in top or mid lane and you need the extra heals, and you're just going to need to take a few more points in that. And then her E ability, which is her Righteous Fury, that's what makes you from a melee champion into a ranged attack champion. That's what that does. You're going to deal extra damage on that, and it does deal splash damage. As you can see, when I hit it off, you'll see other things dying around it or taking damage because it deals splash damage. So that's something to consider. So it's great in team fights if they all stack up and your attack speed hybrid Kayle. You're going to be dealing a lot of splash damage to everybody. So it's really, really kind of fun thing to do with Kayle. So that is her E, and then as for her ultimate, which we've probably all seen, is her intervention. Basically, everybody, or whoever you put it on, yourself included, or allied champions when they're close enough, they become immune to all damage for 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds, and 3 seconds as it stacks up. Here I'm getting into a fight. I'm going to kill Gragas real quick. I do see that they are coming in behind me, but I want to finish off that kill because I didn't think I was going to get out of this. I'm going to start trying to make an escape for it. I'm going to move to the bush and then move across the bush. Flash over here. I probably should not have actually used my ultimate there, but I thought I was going to die earlier than that. But now I am going to get tower dove, and he's going to use his ultimate on me, so if I would have had my ultimate there, that would have been helpful, but probably still would have died. He was full health, so I did get tower dove, but I did pick up a kill, which is going to be nice, and I'm going to be back at base now and capable of buying some items. Now, the first main item I start to build towards is the Stinger, which I did just pick up, and that's going to give me a lot of attack speed, which is good because we have decent stats already based off of our runes and our masteries, which I'll go over in a second. And then I do have that Fairy Charm, which is going to help me with the other part of my Nashors, with my other part of my Stinger, which I will build into my Nashors Tooth, which will be my first main item, giving me plenty of attack speed, giving me some AP, giving me cooldown reduction, giving me mana regen, all that fun stuff that's going to help Kayle out in the lane. You do kind of blow through your mana if you want to with Kayle, but once again, if you don't need to, you don't have to. Here I'm moving in. They got into a little bit of fight into a river. I'm going to be able to pick up an easy kill on the Malphite. I'm going to just standard attack the Sona 2 times and kill her. Unfortunately, Gragas is going to be able to pick up the kill on the Riven. I'm going to come out here, though, hit him with that. Hit him with my Ignite as well, which is actually going to deal more damage because it stacks with abilities or with spells as well. So deal some bonus damage with him on that, and I was going to chase him down, but that was going to be enough to kill him because that is amazing. So picked up 3 kills there real quick, which was nice. I'm going to go back to base now. I did pick up a flask early in this game, as you can see, as my second item, in case I wanted to heal up that way. And Flask is just a good item for anybody who uses mana, and you're probably going to be losing health in lane, so pick up a Flask. It's pretty cheap if you have the extra gold for it. That way I won't be buying pots over and over if I want to. I know I have a heal built in, but it uses a decent amount of mana, so if I want to save my mana for other things, I can do that. So I'm just going to keep farming up with Kayle. Kayle's a good farmer because of her AoE. I'm farming okay this game. I have 5 kills, though, already, so that's very helpful. Kayle does a lot of damage. It helps to have a good early game with Hybrid Kayle. Or else it's just a little bit harder to catch up, but she does good damage. Once you get the hang of her, and once you use your Q ability, and then you come in with your Righteous Fury, you're going to be able to do a lot of damage. Here, I'm going to hit him with it. I'm going to be dealing that extra damage to him right now. We're going to get into a fight. He's going to bump me back here. He's a little bit ahead, but I'm just going to use my ultimate to negate the damage and just pick up an easy kill on him. Just kind of bait it out with the ultimate. You can do it quite easily, and your ultimate is on a low cooldown. It's about a minute, so you can pretty much use it and not really have to worry about, like, oh no, I won't have it right away. Like, it comes up fairly quick. So don't be afraid to use your ultimate. I feel like a lot of people want to only use it in super clutch situations, but don't worry about that. It'll come back up. As you can see, I went back to base, and now I'm coming back, and my ult is basically already back up. So just remember that you should use it. So while I was back at base, I'm starting to build towards my next item, which I picked up the first part, being a Vampiric Scepter. I'm going to be building this towards an item that is newer to Summoner's Rift, at least. And I like the item a lot, and it's your replacement item for your Blood Razor? Yeah, for your Blood Razor. Since Blood Razor is no longer gone, I used to build that because it's a cool item, gives you attack speed, and it did that percentage damage. Unfortunately, with it being gone, you gotta build something else. So, I'm gonna build that item, which we'll be getting to in a second, but it's a very fun item to use. It's going to give me some lifesteal, it's going to give me some damage, and it's going to give me some other fun stuff as well. Here, moving in bottom to gank because they asked for some help in chat. I'm going to come in here and pick up a kill on the Sivir. Unfortunately, I thought Ash was going to get that. And now I'm going to try to chase down the Sona, who's moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I'm going to hit her with my slow. She's still super fast. I'm going to flash up over here. I could Righteous Fury her, but I'm just going to hit her one more time with my Q to make sure that kills her. And, yeah, going to pick up 2 kills there as well. So, doing quite well with Kayle. Kayle does a lot of damage. She does a really good job to it chasing because of your W with your Divine Blessing. You can basically heal yourself, which is nice, and then you get that bonus move speed. It's great for catching up. So, I think Malphite was going to move in there, but he's going to flash to get out. He did not get that dragon like he wanted. Here I'm going to pick up a blue buff because Riven's going to give it to me, which is very nice of her. Going to give me increased cooldown reduction, which is going to be great for helping me keep my Righteous Fury up all the time. It's cooldown. Eventually, with these cooldown items I will be getting, you'll have enough cooldown reduction to basically keep it up constantly as long as you keep reactivating it. So you beat out its cooldown, which is nice. Then, right now, while I'm back at base, I'm actually, I think I'm skipping over that next item just a little bit early, and I'm building towards something that has recently seen a buff in League of Legends and has a great new kit to it as well. Now, what I'm starting to build towards with that Blasting Wand and that pickaxe is going to be the, is it Ginsu's Rage Blade. I'm going to get a Rage Blade. So, the Rage Blade is quite nice. You're going to get AP, you're going to get AD, you're going to get, you know, your hybrid stuff. It's like the perfect hybrid item. There's a couple other ones too, but it's a great hybrid item. And what that's going to do for me is give me that damage that I need. And passively, while attacking, you are going to get more attack speed once this item's complete. So, you can see the amount of damage that is happening to him right there. I'm going to get ganked-ish from the side and from behind. So, unfortunately, I'm going to get knocked back. So, at this point, I'm going to just go for a kill, use my ultimate, and see if I can pick up a kill. I'm going to kill Gragas right before I die, which was helpful because I knew I wasn't getting out of that. And I think my team's going to come in here and clean some stuff. I think Riven's going to come kill up Darius. And I think I get an assist. Yep, I do. So that's going to be very nice for me to pick up that assist. But, yeah. Rage Blade's going to be great. As you can see, I just finished it off. But every time you attack, you keep increasing your attack speed. It stacks up to a certain amount. And then also now, Rage Blade is awesome because when you fall, I believe it's when you fall below 50% health, you now get a lifesteal and spell vamp. It's got a cooldown. I can't remember all the stats off of it. But basically, if you're getting in a fight, or you're getting in a fight and you fall below 50% health, all of a sudden, you just start getting massive amounts of lifesteal and spell vamp. So it becomes a very cool item in that aspect where you kind of have that I'm almost going to die super buff. So that's very helpful for Kayle, and that's going to be a great item. So I did pick that up next. As you can see right now, as for my hybrid stats, I got 150 attack damage, 175 AP. So this build typically leans towards AP a little bit more early, but that does help with your heal a little bit, and it does help with your damage. So like I said, I really like hybrid Kayle. I think it's fun. AD Kayle is probably a little bit safer in some aspects, but hybrid just destroys people sometimes. Like, I could 3-hit this Sivir if I really wanted to, probably. So maybe we'll get to see that. I can't remember if I do that or not. So I'm going to head back to base now and keep building my items. I'm going to pick up another pickaxe, which is going to, you know, kind of start evening out my hybridness. We go pretty even in the hybrid scale. And that's going to team up with that Vampiric Scepter, about that item I'm going to get in a second that I'm talking about. As for my Masteries page that I do go with... Oh, it looked like we're going to get in a fight. Whatever. As for the Masteries that I do go with when I am playing, I go with the 2730, which is the hybrid style. Had to move out of there for a second, he's taking some stupid damage. Good arrow comes in there from Ash, going to be able to start beating down on Kayle. Or Sona, I am Kayle, why would I beat down on myself? Makes no sense. Going to start trying to help with this Sivir as well. Unfortunately, I do hit her there, but she had her shield up. Thought it was going to go down, but it didn't. And then I think Riven's going to move over here and pick up the kill real quick. I decide not to KS it, because I don't want to. Don't need it. I got 10 kills. So, as for those Masteries though, 2730. It's super hybridy, super fun, super nice. Kill some dragon, get some gold, you know, all that fun stuff. And then, as for my summoner spells, I go with Flash Ignite. It's pretty simple, standard stuff. It's pretty awesome though. And then as for my Rune page setup, I like to go with attack speed marks, because like I said, I'm going attack speed. And as you can see, you dish out the damage a lot faster that way. So attack speed marks, armor seals, because I'm typically in top lane. So the armor's nice, but armor's never a bad thing to have. And then I go with AP per level glyphs. Those are always fun. If you want to take magic resist per level, you can do that as well if you're top lane and you're worried about that. If you don't want the AP per level, but the AP per level is really nice. You get an extra like 30. So that's kind of great. And then, as for my quintessences, I either go with move speed or AP quints. So you can go with attack damage quints too, just kind of depending on your style. But I think the move speed ones are super awesome. So I go with the move speed ones. This game I am going to get the augment on my boots of the movement one, or I don't think it's called an augment, but that's what I call it. And yeah, so I'm going with the increased 15 more move speed there. I picked up a kill on Sona because that's what I like doing. There we're going to kill Darius real quick because also that's what we do. As you can see, that last time I was back at base, I did pick up that third item, which is, I would say these are my 3 core main items, besides my boots, or so my 4 main items. I get attack speed boots, unless you need something else that's going to help against the enemy team. Don't forget you can pick up Ninja Tabby or Merc Treads. But I go with the attack speed boots because I'm going super offensive. I'm going with a Nashors Tooth, and I do have that Rage Blade. And then that fourth item that I pick up is the Blade of the Ruined King, which is going to give me lifesteal, it's going to give me more damage, and it's going to deal a percentage of physical damage back to them based off of their maximum health. And then it does have an active ability on it, which I always seem to screw up the stats because I don't remember all these new stats yet because I don't, you know, all the items are newer. And I believe it's when you use it on the enemy champion, you hit them for a certain amount, you get that amount back to you in life, and then it drains them for a certain amount of time. Basically, you hit them with it, and it sucks to be them. So, it's a really cool item. It's kind of your replacement for the Rage, or for the Blood Razor. Here, we're going to move in. I'm going to go Koosh and pick up a kill on the Sivir, because that's what you do when you're Kayle. You kill everybody. Starting to build some more attack speed, but this game is going to be coming to an end. Typically, this is about as far as I ever get in one of these builds because I usually just murder everyone. As you can see, I got 12 kills currently, so Kayle's pretty boss-like, so kill some people with her. Now, to end out the build, there's a couple different ways you can go. If you want to keep going hybrid, pick up a Zephyr, I believe it's called, which can give you attack speed, cooldown reduction, and movement speed, which is nice, and tenacity. Maybe I'm making stats up. I could be. But it's a cool item, and it's worth taking a look at. It's newer. Gonna pick up a kill there on Darius because, like I said, we're killing everybody, which is what we want to do. Now, if you want to take the build in a different direction, there's a couple other things you can take. If you want to go with 2 really other cool items, you can go with the TriForce and the Hextech Gunblade. Both great items to finish this build off with. They're just going to help you in all-around stats, and are both very hybrid-y kind of. If you want to go take this more attack damage late game, because you need the damage of that style on your team, and you just want to get more attack damage, then finish off with a Bloodthirster and a Black Cleaver. So, those are going to be great to get your attack damage a lot higher. We're kind of getting split up here, but that's okay, because I will take anyone on by myself. I don't have that much attack speed yet. I wish I had a little bit more, but like I said, we're building towards some more attack speed. because we will pick a little bit more back up, and it will stack with that Rage Blade. So, gonna pick up a kill on the Gragas, just hit him with my Reckoning there. And they're gonna surrender this game, guys. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Hit that like button, that would be sweet. And other than that, I'll just see all of you guys in the next build video.